So let's first to talk about these triggers. So the question is how we are going to trigger this automation, okay? So this could be based on the shortcut menu. So you can just invoke this automation. If it's something like a common process that you need to apply, you can write the slash and then put the name of the process, and the process is going to be executed. Other action that might trigger this whole process is when you're adding a new member. So this is something that automatically will trigger all the things that are going to happen later. You have also the emoji reactions, yes, because as these emojis in Slack means different actions that you're doing, for example, reviewing a document or something like that, an emoji can be triggering a process. And then you have time triggers. Those are depending on different time of the day, and like the batch processes that we have seen in Salesforce, well, you have the same thing. So you have a time engine that can allows you to trigger the different actions here that are based on the time, okay? And finally, that there is a very advanced tool that is the webhooks. That one requires, of course, coding, but that allows you to connect in Slack with an external application. Okay, so a custom-made one that you might need to use. Okay, so that the trigger is what is starting the action. Okay, then you have the steps. This is working with several different steps that are going to work one after the other one, like a very simple workflow. You have all the steps here. So this means what actions you are expecting to that this workflow is going to do. Okay, so you can add the steps like sending email and sending messages to the team, or showing a custom form that must be populated, or you can use this to connect with another tool that is already installed inside in Slack. Okay, so this is very flexible, and you will see that each time that you go to the workflow builder, you can start from scratch or use a template that is already including many of those features already configured. It's very important to understand what the variables are here. It's the way in which the information that we are sending to this workflow. So it's important that you consider how you and where you're going to retrieve the information so it can be processed in a different step. Okay, so these steps can retrieve and process the information, so do actions based on this information. And it's important to consider that from this perspective, the collaborator is the name that we are going to use internally from the Slack perspective, from that has the permissions to do all the changes here in this workflow builder. Okay, I can put here some pictures of. Here you have the picture of how the workflow builder starts. I told you that you can see the workflows that you have already created, so you can take them and start modify them, and use even workflows that were created for a different channel to move to another one. Or you can start with the common templates that are available and provided by Slack. Here you can see the different kinds of triggers and how you can choose this. This is something that will start as soon as you click on create a workflow. The first step will be to choose what is the trigger, and then you're gonna start choosing the different steps that are available, and that you need to put them one after the other one. It's very important that you consider that this is very flexible, and you don't need to use this, but I strongly recommend to use it because that extends a lot of things that are not commonly available for most of the instant messaging apps that are provided for companies.